Gemini, what is going on? Welcome to the channel. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're going to be looking at your energy for the next couple weeks. So let's get into it. I'm going to grab a sip. It's quite delicious this morning. Hard to resist. I hope you're doing well. Happy birthday. We are in Gemini season. I hope you're just feeling all the love, all the blessing as you celebrate your time of year. Gemini is such a fun season because it really kind of brings up the unexpected. Obviously, you have the twins as your sign, and so we see a lot of duality. We're also, with the time I'm recording this, these messages, side note, are always fluid. Like whenever you come upon them, timeless. That's what I was looking for, timeless. So whenever you come upon them, if they resonate, definitely take the messages. When I'm recording in real time though, we do have a new moon in Gemini tomorrow. So this is such a great time to just kind of set different goals for ourselves. Looking at what's working, what's not, making changes and adjustments, and maybe approaching things with a new perspective, with a new viewpoint in mind. As usual, we'll start off with this energy cleansing. Just clear out, low vibe energies, negativity, blocked energy that we might be coming into. A little time to bless ourselves, bless the reading. This is also a really good time to set your own intention as well. So if you would like or are looking for certain messages from spirit, certain questions being answered, now is the time to do so. All right, Gemini, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for the highest and best, any fear, doubt, insecurity, lack of worth, lack of value, anger, frustration. Cleanse it from our being. Help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. Amen. Okay, so we're in Gemini season, and it is all about duality. And what I was hearing before, as I was preparing for this reading, we're not going to make everyone happy. That's why it's so important to have this value, this measure of self-empowerment. Right now, the North Node, Chiron, and Aries and Mars, are in Aries, which really deals with that value of the choices we make, the actions that we take in order to empower ourselves. There are some things that are popping up for you that need to be revisited. I do feel this is kind of a general theme with Pluto in retrograde. In order to kind of clear the path for new change, new opportunity, new growth, we do have to look at some of the harder stuff from the past, or ways of patterning, ways of showing up, situations that we're constantly finding ourselves in that really aren't serving to us, to our happiness, and to our fulfillment. And really looking at that from a new perspective, right? Being patient in the process. Not always easy. I think something that I very much observed, especially being in this line of work, the earth plane moves so effing slow. It is like very annoying. And, we can sense, we can intuit things very far out, but we still have to kind of move along the path, move along the journey in order to learn those lessons, hopefully. If we're trying to skip to the end, sometimes we miss out. We miss out on the value, and then we see that patterning repeating again in the future. I love that saying. It's like you can run to the bus stop, but you still gotta wait, right? So that's what this patience is all about. Patience in the process. I'm hearing let life flow. You don't have to push. I feel like we are in more of a surrendering time. The focus is on who we are, how we're building and growing our life, how we're showing up for ourselves, and not as much about, collaborating with people, places, and things, because we have a lot of work, refinement to do that is in front of us. And the Patience card, this is a moon cycle deck. So the Patience card is in a waning phase, and waning is about releasing and surrendering. Really kind of getting familiar with who you are, with who your soul is, connecting with yourself, making sure you are spending time with yourself, right? I mean, how often do we do that? Like we schedule hangouts, friends, a lot of to-dos all the time, but we forget to actually just spend time with us, getting to know who we are, getting to know how we think, how we feel about situations, what our heart is saying to us. There's something that is being shifted in your life, is what I'm hearing. Reframing the perspective. So I feel like I'm hearing slippery slope. Be really careful, be mindful of who and what you're giving your energy to right now, or the way you're doing it. You might be keeping the peace, is what I'm hearing. It's like you don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to rock the boat. And so I feel like there's this part of you that's falling into line, but it's also disempowering you at the same time. And yes, if your hands are tied, if you're limited in terms of what you can do, what you can say, maybe it is, someone that does have authority over you. It could be a boss, it could be a parent, it could be, so many different things. Take it as it fits. It's almost like you don't want to delude yourself. You don't want to, or Spirit saying not to delude yourself. Spirit saying, make sure that you are connecting with yourself, so you're understanding how you feel about a situation. Is it really bringing you that abundance? Is it really bringing you that fulfillment? I keep seeing this spiraling energy, and that kind of goes back to what I was attempting to describe, that if we don't have a level of awareness around what we're choosing, why we're choosing it, it can become a slippery slope. We can find ourselves in situations that really don't feel very heart honoring. We wake up one day, X amount of years has gone by, and it's like, how did I get here, right? 7 of Swords, so there is something in your energy where I feel like you need to be sneaky, or you are being sneaky. I mean, this really confirms that reframe card that I was just talking about. Doing one thing, but really meaning a different one. And 7 of Swords can be a little shady, no lie. But at the same time, I feel like this is something you need to do. Okay. You're coming through as the Empress. Empress, 7 of Blades. Let's look at why this is coming up for you. Okay. So it's like, what I'm hearing is like you're appeasing one situation to keep the peace so that you can step into another situation, if that makes sense. It's like you're just biding your time is what I'm hearing. You have the Empress and the Chariot, which is super empowered, Gemini, but at the same time, you feel like you can't fully divulge. You can't fully open up to whomever or whatever you're dealing with, because that's where I feel like you'll get into trouble, or you're perceiving it that way. You have someone who's making a lot of the decisions for you. Some of them you like, some of them you don't like at all. but you don't want to, I'm hearing you like don't want to get stung. There are aspects of this person or situation that you do agree with that makes sense for you. But then at the same time, it's like, it's almost like if you fall out of line, you'll get in trouble, is what I'm hearing. And this person, this situation has the opportunity to look at things a little bit differently, to take a different approach, a different perspective. It doesn't feel like that is in the cards. They're getting 7 of Wands, you're getting 7 of Swords. So in their energy, it's very defensive. It's like, I gotta do this all myself. I gotta, fend everyone off. Usually it's shown, I'm trying to think in the traditional deck, one of my favorite decks, it's shown, this guy has a stick in his hand. He's like literally fighting people off. That's how this energy is coming through for me. This person is very emotional. The Hangman is Piscean energy. Right now we have Saturn and Neptune in Pisces, which talks about feeling a lot of the feels around the work, the changes that we have to do, that we have to make. A new phase, a new cycle is starting in this dynamic. And that's where Spirit's saying, I'm not sitting here saying to cause drama or chaos, but at the same time, making sure that you're not disempowering yourself, making sure that you're not letting someone who, is angry, is on the defensive, dictate how you show up for yourself, for your own life. Giving yourself a little time and space, for yourself, right? We were talking about that. Getting to know who you are and then making choices out of that instead of, again, trying to appease someone, because they don't want to be friends. They don't want to work with you. They don't want to be on the same team. They don't want to see you succeed. They're very nervous about this new beginning, how it's going to look, how it's going to look specifically with you. That's why they're trying to have the control, but refusing to look at their own actions, refusing to look at how it's affecting you, how it's affecting the relationship, how it makes you think and feel. And okay, that happens, right? In life, in relationships, but at the same time, we really want to be surrounding ourselves with people that are supportive, things in our environment that really do honor us. It doesn't mean everyone has to agree or kiss our ass or anything like that. It's more that value of allowing you to live your life, allowing you to discover, have adventure, explore the things that you want to, that bring you happiness and fulfillment without that judgment, without that shame. Queen of Pentacles coming in and Two of Cups. I love it. So you have a really good connection coming in. You might already be in this connection is what I'm hearing. I love it. The Queen of, did I say Pentacles? Oh no, Two of Cups, that's why. Queen of Pentacles, I love it. It's the Black Widow. I love that. I think that's so badass because this does feel exactly what I was just describing. It does feel like someone who is supportive of you. You have a really great synergy with this person, with this individual. And it makes a lot of sense how that energy was coming through in the very beginning. It's like you're keeping the peace with one party so you can get to the next party, right? You can get to the next person, place, or thing that is more in alignment with you. You haven't really worked out the specifics, right? Like how this is all gonna go. I feel like that's also why you're giving some of the power and control to this individual or situation, because you want to let it play out. And obviously, in the very beginning, in our overarching energy, Spirit is asking you to surrender to the process, go with the flow, but making sure that you're not losing yourself, making sure that you're not And honestly, as I'm saying that, I'm hearing that it's like you are playing it smart in a certain way. But that value of, like I said, disempowerment, taking on responsibility that's not your own, appeasing a person just because you're afraid they're going to pop off, etc. Be mindful, be careful. It can be a slippery slope to participate in. And again, like, you know, we're all adults. You're going to wait. You're going to see how this is all going to play out. Like we see, there is something coming in that's like super heart honoring for you. But I feel what you are dealing with right now, this person's situation, it's a little more resistant. There's a lot of, like I said, I'm just picking up this like frustration and anger from this person. Anger that things aren't going their way. Angry at you for no reason, but because you're there, you become the target. And again, that's where I'm hearing this value of falling into line, because you don't want to rock the boat. You don't even know if you want to be around this person or individual long term. I think that's still up for debate. They're not really giving you any reason to hang around right now. Mars is square to Pluto and Venus is square to Saturn. So it's like that masculine side is having a really hard time with the changes that are happening, the changes that are being made. And that Venus energy, when we hope, when we wish certain things will work out differently, it's calling us to be smart, to be wise. Ancestors is coming up. So this is going back to that patterning I was talking about earlier. This is something that has been passed down. It's within your lineage, that value of how to empower yourself, especially in dynamics, in relationships with people that are not happy or want to make everyone around them miserable. You don't have to participate. You don't have to disempower. And if you're not really sure what I'm talking about, when we look at the lineage, when we look at our parents, our grandparents, the issues, the things that they struggled with, that really sheds a lot of light on what we might be dealing with in life, or ways we can see or uncover some of that patterning within ourselves. And so it's not about, I feel, again, this is like that value of awareness, having awareness, finding a way to strengthen yourself, what can be repaired and what cannot. You know, sometimes a string is just broken. Did you like that one, that metaphor? Sometimes it is though, right? Sometimes it's beyond repair. Sometimes the knot doesn't withhold or sustain. There are parts of this that you're receiving, and I feel like this is going to come through with this new opportunity, new person, or person that you're building something with right now. But then, like I said, whatever this kind of more frustrating energy that you're dealing with is, you know, it's on the chopping block, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so telephone. I love this game. How fun. Communication, right? You are the sign of communication. You rule the third house. It's all about technology. It's Mercury. It's how we connect with people around us. And things can get lost in translation, right? So this is that value of really kind of making sure that you're communicating in a way that feels honest and authentic to you. What other people do with that, you can't control it, right? Sometimes we just have to say, yeah, this makes a lot of sense, this tangle energy. And I do believe this popped up for Taurus. You could be dealing with a Taurus. You could also have Taurus in your chart. Take it as it fits. This could also just be someone who's just like incredibly stubborn. Someone who's made a lot of mess, a lot of chaos. And Ironically, we got a very, like I said, a very similar energy with Taurus, the tangle and what was the rope. But this is really talking again about how sometimes things are just a little too messy, a little beyond repair. And I feel like that's what you're going to be looking at over the next couple weeks. Again, emphasizing that value to connect with yourself, to know who you are, what you want, how things feel for you, and then make those, better decisions accordingly. So I know it was a little bit of a harder reading, Gemini, but I do hope it helped. I hope it resonated, and I hope it helps give you guidance and direction how to navigate whatever you're moving through. Hopefully this is not spoiling your celebrations because you deserve it. Thank you for your time and energy always. Definitely drop comments below. I love to hear how it resonates, or just be a helping hand of support. I do personal readings. Hit me up if you are interested. Otherwise, I will see you soon. Lots of love, many blessings.